Like to see. Like to see. Okay. Look forward to it, buddy. Run away. Look forward to it. That's it. Let's go.
Wow.
It's time, folks. Round number one brought to you by Dragon Energy Drink. Mark Hulme coming out of the gate, and he's not going to play with Nguphane. He's trying not to even let him get started. He wants an early night of work here because he doesn't get paid by the hour.
Repeated body kicks from Mark. Peace applies one of his own, clinching up against the fence. Peace tries the knee up the middle. And Mark's got the underhook on the right. Peace is just driving through, keeping his back up against the fence. Mark's going to try and turn around here, and he does so. A lot of strength from Mark Hulme to do that. But yeah, like you said, so straight out of the gate, he wants to get it done as soon as possible. But Nguphane was able to come back at him. You see the sinews in Mark Hulme's back just straining there. But Nguphane does well to turn him around. Nguphane gets the takedown.
Turns him over.
He needs a couple
Big
of shots.
shot. Nice right hands there by Nguphane.
Hulme tries for the takedown.
All tied up.
Great balance from Nguphane to defend the takedown. Hulme almost completes it. Great scramble for Nguphane to prevent the takedown attempts from Mark Hulme. Absolutely incredible work, and now he's back in the position where he's got Mark's back up against the fence here. Inside the clinch. Mark's just got the overhook on the left and on the right now. Wow. Great strength.
Nguphane pushing around Mark Hulme a little bit. Kind of hard to believe. Hulme just so incredibly strong, but you know, he's just saving up that energy. You know, he's always conserving energy, and he'll explode when he needs to explode. He's very methodical. Mark Hulme is in a great spot right now, although the pressure being put on by Nguphane.
Yeah, and Peace certainly not cowed by World Sports Betting, having him as a 6.0 outsider. A massive outsider going to this fight. Mark Hulme, the overwhelming favorite. Probably the most favorite fighter on this entire card to take the victory here tonight at EFC 110. Nguphane doesn't interested in odds. He's interested in victory and the belt that he's been so determined to go after. And finally here tonight, he gets his opportunity against one of the greatest EFC fighters of all time, Mark Hulme. And Nguphane certainly making a good stand for himself here at the moment as they continue to clinch up against the fence.
I'm a little surprised here, I'll be honest with you. So I think he's going to break this up. He's going to move him to the middle. I mean, he has plenty of reason to do so, as they're having a bit of a wrist fight here, Nguphane and Hulme. But I'm really surprised that Brad hasn't put him in the center here. He's going to let him work it out here up against the cage.
Mark tries a little knee. You're right, they're continuing to fight on the wrists, stuck between their chests. Hulme gets one arm free. And Nguphane continues to drive through with that right shoulder. Continuing to control Mark Hulme. He tries for the trip again, he's got it. Great takedown from Mark Hulme.
There he is.
He can try and pass here.
Well, I think, you know, Simon, in that interaction there, when they're up, I mean, it was really Peace that was using up so much more energy, just keeping Mark up against there. I think Mark had a really good base. He wasn't using a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Now he's going to try to pop out of the side here, potentially look for a head and arm, transition. That's in something else, using his head, just moving his head around, trying to bully Peace Nguphane.
Oh, Mark's going old school. The forearm behind the back of the neck. Just not giving Nguphane a chance to rest whatsoever. And that's a very powerful, strong welterweight in top control now. Nice elbow from Mark Hulme. His grappling is really just putting electric current through the CIT team. Well, the kind of grappling that you see Dricus Duplessis doing in Vegas and everywhere else with the UFC has improved drastically because of this guy, who was, until he really started to become active, the jiu-jitsu coach at CIT most recently, Mark Hulme. So his grappling is on a completely different level. His got the
there it is.
got the choke
He's underneath
now.
there. He might come around there. He's going to drag
Switches
him down.
it up quickly to the rear naked.
There's no way he gets out of this.
It's a nasty
no way
position.
Peace gets out. Tap it out.
It's so deep, it's
Tap
done.
it out, Girl Scout. It's a wrap. There it is. Oh, man. You ain't getting out of Mark Hulme on your back underneath your chin. That is not happening. That was amazing. And you know, how insane is it that we've come this far where Mark Hulme and Dricus du Plessis are celebrating together? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we wouldn't have thought about that 5 years ago. Are we thinking that? No, we're not thinking that, right? I mean, it's crazy, Simon, where we've come, and these two guys kind of joining forces, iron sharpening iron, and Dricus du Plessis has no doubt made Mark Hulme that much better of a fighter.
Yes, it really is quite incredible. And that's the levels of African mixed martial arts, as well as the champions we're here at the EFC. I mean, as you can see, everyone congratulating Mark Hulme. Peace on Nguphane takes a handshake from Dricus du Plessis and just looks so hugely disappointed. And there was moments that, you know, Mark couldn't get him down, and Peace was looking strong, but once Mark was finally able to get the takedown, he switched the choke onto the rear naked so quickly, and it was in so deep, and Peace on Nguphane did everything he could to try and escape it, but there was really no way out of that whatsoever with a guy whose submission ability and that kind of strength of Mark Hulme. Impossible. You can see the disappointment on Peace on Nguphane. I still think there's a belt in that man's future. I really do. I think he'll continue.
I do too. I 100% do. And I really feel like there is some time overseas in the UFC for Mark Hulme. I really do believe that. And I think it'd be kind of a shame if it never happened. He's that strong. He's that good. But you take a look at this, and this is the thing. This is what I was telling you, Simon. It just felt like up against that cage, he wasn't worried. You know, he wasn't at all in danger, and he was just letting Peace on Nguphane use his energy and push and keep him up against the cage. Peace wasn't really trying to do a whole lot, and then he just saved up that energy, and he did what he did right there, and it was beautiful. It's textbook.
Yeah, look, beautiful choke from Mark. I mean, nowhere to go in that position. And just quality from CIT again. That guy is a beast. I'm going to ask him whether he'll be defending his belt again. Yeah, that's the question. You know, we love our EFC champions here in Johannesburg. What is next for that man?
Well, let's get that belt back around his waist here. Let's go to Khotso Bilal Ramopo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brad Block has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 47 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke. And still, EFC welterweight champion of the world, Mark